Welcome. I'm Amy, an intuitive spiritual teacher, peace minister, healer, law of attraction coach, pet psychic, true love guru, and your biggest cheerleader. Serving the whole world from my headquarters in Texas, I'm here to guide and empower you through this great awakening in truth and consciousness. Join my private membership association today at awakenedalliance.org, where you can purchase an emergency, video, or remote reading. Join my Daily Boost subscription for extra energetic support. Ask a question on my Ask Amy Q&A, including true love spreads. Talk with other like-minded people in my forum, or even sign up for personal mentoring. Always check beneath my videos for my latest links and timestamps, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly Q&A, your Ask Amy Q&A. I am Amy, your intuitive spiritual teacher, love guru, pet psychic, and all the above. Little fairy helper. Whatever I can do and be to anybody in the moment. I do speak light language, which is something not everybody's used to, but it is a tool for basically talking to spirit, talking with God, which to me, God is group of deities. It's all of it. It's oneness with all that is, and Christ consciousness. So here we are. And I thought I would do some fun things today. Well, first thing I wanted to say, for those of you who are new, welcome. Thank you for being here. For those of you who've been around a long time, thank you so much for keeping on showing up like you do. So the newbies, I do offer 20 and 45-minute remote readings. You have to go to awakenedalliance.org and become a member, a lifetime member for $22, but you immediately get those $22 off of your first order. So it's essentially free. And I'm a private membership association, and that's why it's required that you become a member and pay the full $22 to become that member. So that it's official, and that's why you don't get a discount on the $22 for those of you who've tried. No. That would make you only like a partial member or something, but no, you pay the $22 and then you get it right back on your first order. So join the Alliance, a group of like-minded people who are all about truth and love and true love. And we're out to make a difference in this world in a very positive, loving, compassionate, kind, caring way. So if that's something that appeals to you, then join us. There is a forum that's being created on there. I have one there right now. It's not very user-friendly, so I'm getting a new one made. So that should be up within a few weeks or so, maybe even sooner. You never know. And that way we can all chat and get to know each other better. It'd be awesome. So yeah, I have 20 and 45-minute remote readings available right now. If you go to my website and go to the services tab, also you can ask a question on one of these upcoming Ask Amy Q&As. Just go to the services tab, click on Ask Amy, and you will be prompted to ask your question or your questions there. I also do pre-recorded 20-minute video readings. If you would be interested in having a reading that you could keep forever. Basically, you give me about 5 to 7 main concerns you want me to focus on for the 20 minutes, and I will do an extensive spread for you on those things. And I also do emergency readings that are 10 minutes. So if you have something that happens to you and you'd rather not go to the emergency room, or if something's happened with your children, or if you're just very concerned about something and can't sleep and it's just really bothering you, then I have those emergency readings available for you. And all the instructions come with whatever you purchase. So please make sure that you read those instructions, so I don't have to get an email or a text message. Do you call me or do I call you? Well, the instructions say that I call you within a few minutes of our appointed time. So please don't do that to me. I took the time and the energy to put a really great description up, and I was very thorough about it for that purpose, so that you guys didn't have to wonder or, ask me or wait for an answer or whatever. It's all there for you. Okay, so what else would I want to say about all that? when you do a 20 or 45-minute session with me, you can utilize any and all of my abilities. So it can be all about your pets and what your pets think about you. It can be all about your boss and how to be a better employee. It can be all about your project, your movie, your book, whatever it is that you're about and what you're doing. It can be about whether your friends are trustworthy right now. It could be about who you should spend your holidays with. It could be about how to settle a dispute with somebody that you love, or how to fix an estranged relationship. It can be about anything and or a mix of all of it. So write down your questions about anything you have going on in your life right now that you have any kind of concern or worry around. You can be about it. The whole thing could be about our world and what's happening in it. What's the truth behind it? What's going to happen to us? Are there different timelines? Are we on the same timeline? You know, are you in for a scary future or a bright future? So whatever you guys want to talk about, we will talk about it in that 20 or 45-minute session. So I just thought for fun today that it seems, I think all of the readings are about true love. So you're going to learn a bit about true love right now. But also wanted to give you guys a reminder that on YouTube, there is a playlist that I have on my channel called About True Love. So please browse through there and you will learn a ton. And I mean a ton. You will learn so much that you will feel so much more confident. If you're in any kind of suffering or anguish over a true love situation, or even wondering what the hell is going on, and it makes no sense to you, you need to take a look at that playlist, because you will get the answers that you are seeking. Okay. All right. So having said that, I thought it'd be really fun right now to do a collective spread, meaning that it's obviously not a private reading because I have a bunch of you here, but let's check in with the masculines, because the masculines are the ones that run away from love for a while. They have to do some maturing and growing in order for you guys to come together into what's called union. Now, the feminines have been in the masculine shoes before, in the sense that they have been really afraid to love again as well. And they've retracted, and they have, their own issues they've had to deal with in the past too. So they understand the masculines, but at the same time, it's a little, they've gotten past a lot of it, and they've learned to listen to their intuition and drop into their heart. And they've learned, they've gotten a lot more mature, and they've just matured faster than the masculines. And so they're a bit ahead, and they're like ready for the relationship in a sense, or they think they are, but then they go through their own growth process, both of them looking over at each other and feeling magnetized toward each other. And they both go through massive change to become even better people by the time they come into this union, right? So yeah, it's quite the journey. And you see it in romantic comedies. They're called twin flames. Now, not all true love is like that. True love, there's soulmates and soul flames and catalysts and like all kinds of crazy things. So we're going to do a crab. We're going to do a crab today, is the symbolism for the collective reading. So this is going to be the energies of the divine masculines who are on this channel, for those who are watching right now. Let's just say that. That's a good way to put it. So this is the consensus for most of the masculines. Not every single one of you will this resonate with, but most of the masculines who are on this channel, or who are associated with the person who's watching this channel, this is the general energies for that, for your masculine. If you put all, I don't know, thousands of you together and they all of your masculines came up with the same consensus, this is what the energies are around it right now, going into the holidays, and how they feel even about spending the holidays with you. Or, obviously, and if they're in a karmic situation, they've got to do the breaking up and all that kind of stuff too. So let's just take a look. Okay. Mary Magdalene apparently has a lot to say right now. All right. So the crab represents. Thanks for being here for this, my love. Yeah. You're so cute. You're just so cute. I'm not giving you any treats right now, though, so this isn't a time for that. Go on. Okay, so Mary Magdalene, what do you want to tell us about the masculines right now, please? What do you want to tell us about the masculines right now, please? There's two of them. Messenger and Mythic Reality. I guess we will read them both. Okay. Messenger. Oh, let's go to Mythic Reality because it just popped up. Okay, something is causing you concern at present because you're viewing the situation from only one perspective. Look with an open heart and mind, and you may see that a positive side also exists. Things may very well turn in your favor if you let go of preconceived ideas and rigid views. There are at least two perspectives from which to view every situation. What you see at present is only part of the picture. Often, what seems real to us may not necessarily be what is actually occurring. The true purpose of many of life's events is often unclear because of our false assumptions, fears, and misconceptions. There's no need for concern. Just allow things to naturally unfold and all will become clear to you. Remember that you may have the power to change the world or many of the events in your life, but you have you may not have the power to change the world or you may many of the events in your life, but you do have the power to change your perception of them. All becomes clear when I view it from a higher perspective. So the masculines may be having to just pull back away from just looking at their own little tiny little lives. They're just looking at their little nucleus. And they need to broaden their view and take a look at everybody, at all these different people's perspective, or at least their feminines. And need to just take a look at, okay, here's where this is and here's where that is, and just pull back away from it all and really assess from several different points of view to see the actually ultimate truth of it. And so many masculines are they convince themselves that their insecurities are true. So, yeah. So they need to look at it from a different angle, basically. They just need to look at it from a different angle. So maybe you could pray that your divine masculine see the truth and maybe send you a message, or maybe you guys can communicate so that some of this clarity can come. There's nothing more frustrating. Like, don't you hate when you're watching this movie and you're just like, just tell him or just tell her, then they would understand everything. It's like you said everything except for that one part. And that one part was the most important thing to tell him. And it was the one thing you left out. And if you could have just said the one thing, it would have meant everything, So miscommunications happen when you guys are not communicating. So that's one of the frustrating things about being in separation from your true love. Very frustrating because you guys can't have that communication and say, well, actually, maybe you jumped to a conclusion because that's not true. Not for me. You know what I mean? Okay. The messenger, you will soon find yourself shining brightly. And as such, you attract much admiration and attention from others. Our universe was born through a superluminous explosion of light in an instant and expanded from a tiny point to span billions of light years in every direction. You too are about to experience a rapid expansion, which brings increased recognition in your field of work or study. You will soon be looking over the horizon as you travel to far and distant lands. Be grateful for all the new experiences that are about to come your way and for all that you accomplish. Enjoy each moment, yet remain humble and grateful, for in doing so, you will attract even greater support from others. You're a beacon of light and hope, a source of great inspiration for many who cross your path. Go forth in love and light. Okay, so I'm going to talk to Spirit for just a minute and get some clarity, because that feels like the feminines to me. And I was going to begin this talk also saying that it's always a really good. I know that it's very special with your masculines. Okay, I know. Trust me, I know so well. All the signs and synchronicities and the attachment and the, you'll never find that again and the whole thing. Okay, guys, I know. And I've talked to thousands of you, and talk to you guys on a regular basis all the time. So trust me, I really, really know. However, I don't think we should just focus on one person. I really don't, because they have to go through a lot of life lessons to get ready for your connection. They may decide to be with somebody else. They may marry somebody else, and they may change their mind and may leave the person, and they may, I mean, it can go so many different directions. But you, as a divine feminine, are, by the law of attraction, are attracting somebody extraordinary for you. So do not limit yourself by thinking and being frustrated with your masculine. Why isn't he calling me? Why can't we have that clear communication that we need so bad? Why can't we do, we could be doing so much right now. We're wasting time. We're wasting precious time. We've wasted precious years, but it's all divinely guided and orchestrated. Just know and rest in the assurance that you have been putting the work in. If you have, I've been doing my healing. I've been working on myself. I've been having epiphanies and awarenesses around myself, become more self-aware, become more in control of myself and less tempted by things that are not good for me. I am more accepting and loving and gracious of myself. All of that, if you've been doing all of that and gotten in a higher vibration or more peace or more, whatever it is, more confident, if you've been improving as a divine feminine and you've been focusing on your career and you're excelling and you're doing very well, you are going to attract somebody who is incredible for you. So allow that to be a possibility and don't give a crap about it. You kind of have to just give up on a love life at all. You kind of just have to say, I don't care. I don't care. If somebody calls me or comes to see me or gives me these answers that I seek, I don't care that I'm seeing songs and synchronicities and numbers all over the place. I don't care, because you love yourself so much that you're not going to torment yourself and cry over it and, have all these regrets about the past and how it didn't go a certain way and why doesn't he ever listen to you and don't go down that road of being frustrated and upset about this person. Okay. Because no matter what happens, it was supposed to be that way and it's perfect. So you are going to get the love of your life, no matter who that is. It doesn't matter. You are going to get the most extraordinary person in the world for you. Somebody who's absolutely, completely perfect for you. So do not attach to any particular person in your past, no matter how romantic it was or how incredible it was or how it should really be made into a movie, because it was so amazing. Like, just let all that go. Just let the whole thing go. Trust me, it's going to bring it in so much faster. Just mind your own business is another way of looking at it. Mind your own damn business, whether he's with a karmic or not. And this is like the key to life as well. Even with neighbors or friends or relatives or whatever, mind your own damn business and make your business the best that it can possibly be. And I mean business, like just what you do throughout your day. Make you your priority. Make you the thing that you're concentrating on, how you feel, how good you feel, and make sure you are focused on feeling good, period. And if something feels bad, toss it the hell out. Don't think about that thing. Put it over here. Change your perspective on it. Pull back away from it. Like that card was saying, look at it from a different perspective. Even ask God, like, show me a different perspective that I can look at this through, like a lens I can look at this through that would actually make a lot more sense and make me feel more relaxed about it and not bring me so much angst. You can ask for support from spirit too. So many of us forget to do that, but just remember, thank you, God, for giving some epiphanies and awarenesses that really help me relax and feel great about where I'm at right now and accepting my circumstances as they are right now and trusting and knowing and having faith. Something really incredible is about to happen, because it is. And you're going to be this beacon of light and you're going to be shining bright in other people's lives, even more than you are now. You're going to shine bright in your masculine's families and with his friends or her friends, or because it's not a sex thing or a gender thing. So Bright things coming in the future. You angels are going to be shining bright. So you're going to light up that mountain, that dark mountain that used to be an obstacle for you. You're going to be escaping the matrix, some of you. And that's like awakening to the truth of what's going on in our world and doing something about it, All right. Gosh. Blah, 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 blah. I've said so much of this before already, too. All right. So who is a guide that's helping the divine masculines at this time, please? Who is helping, true love? Let's just say who's helping true love right now. Ipana, earth magic. Beautiful. I love that horse. Okay. Earth magic. Ipona. Ipona. All right. There's a sign to enter swiftly into the healing power of nature. You need to connect with the magic that lies within trees, plants, water, and crystals. You're being guided towards a special natural setting to relax your body and engage your spirit. Be open to receiving a message delivered through your feelings and intuition. You're a crystal and nature healer. The jewels of the earth are calling to you. They bring spiritual protection and reattune you to magical powers. Listen to the messages given by trees, streams, flowers, plants, and crystals. They hold a vital key to protecting Mother Gaia. They're also essential for your well-being and spiritual path right now. The elementals, that's funny, I mentioned fairies at the beginning. Nature spirits such as fairies, pixies, water spirits, and mermaids are deeply concerned about environmental damage and climate change. There's a message they wish to get through to you about this crucial issue. If you're already involved in eco-activist projects, consider this card a thank you and please keep going message from us. Didn't we just talk about this last week too? I asked you guys to pray for Mother Gaia. And then I said, if you guys have been doing that, Spirit is thanking you, and they're thanking you again. And they're saying, please keep going. Please keep praying for the earth and its healing. We know how deeply concerned you are about environmental issues, and you can make a difference. Please continue with much needed efforts. And so this could also be like a hint or a clue about Nasara or Jasara coming out too. Take regular breaks in nature and you'll hear us cheering you on. So make sure you're getting out in nature. I get out for an hour every day, except when it rains or snows or something like that. All right. So what else? What could they be saying them to themselves right now? Those who are watching right now. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. So don't be stubborn and say, well, I'm not going to ask for help. I'm going to don't do that. Don't do that. Go ahead and ask for help, because people really do appreciate being able to help even, so admit when you need help. Don't be too prideful. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. That's an important one right now. Just following your heart and being able to just not care about what anybody else thinks. And then it's amazing, because you become that beacon, like that card was talking about. You become that bright, shining light in the world, and others feel like they can be themselves. They're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, Owning my power inspires others to do the same thing. I'm not afraid to shine. Holy crap. Did I not just say that? Oh, man. It's just amazing working with spirit. All right. What else? And then we'll do like a spread real quick. Also, we'll do a true love spread. The calmer you are, the more time slows down and the easier it is to get everything done. So if you find yourself frustrated, just take a deep breath, take some ashwagandha or something, and just meditate for 5 minutes and just get your brain completely clear and begin again. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold laundry, watch the plants. Water the plants, maybe watch them too. Make a cup of tea. Let wisdom sneak up on you. So being present in the moment, just being present in the moment is going to bring answers. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. It's your choice. Choose your thoughts really carefully. That's also going to be what makes you a really good partner to somebody too. If you're constantly letting yourself worry and come up with the worst case, scenarios and things like that, you're not going to be very helpful to your partner. All right. So what's an animal that's helping everybody right now? Elephant. Greatness. Love elephants. Okay. So love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. You just have to stop giving a crap what other people think. You have to stop being desperate for love. You got to get in your power. Watch my Empress video if you haven't done that. All you got to do is put in Amy Satori and Empress and then watch that video that pops up. And it will help you get in your power at this time. Okay, so the masculines in general, please, and then we'll get to everybody's personal readings. The masculines in general right now for the collective of those that are watching right now, please. I'm going to get this a little bit closer. Okay. The energy for the masculines right now, generally speaking, for the collective of those who are watching, please. Holy cow. There's like some cards that got turned kind of like the other way around. I'm going to turn those over for a second. But one of the cards that's sticking out is the one about taking action out of integrity. Wow, and transformation right behind that. So he's transforming into somebody who's going to be taking action out of integrity. That's incredible. So if he hasn't been like that in the past, it's like he's becoming that person. And it's because he's been watching you. It's because he's seeing the way that you live your life. He's feeling inspired, and he's one of those people that you're inspiring. And he wants to go forward very, very quickly. He's thinking to go forward very quickly with you. And he's coming up with a plan right now. He's overcoming hiding. He's overcoming what he considers to be a mistress, possibly, or secrets, keeping you a secret. And it could be that, maybe he initially thought that you were a temptation and he chose a relationship over you. And now he feels like you are the actual true love, that you are the true love, and he's been cheating on you. And so he's got to overcome that. It feels like he might be wanting to work with you. He might be taking a road trip or traveling to come see you to balance everything out. He thinks about you constantly, all the time. And or whether or not you guys are going to have kids together. He wants to give back to you. He wants to it's like he wants to just put all his cards on the table and let you know everything that's been going on and just give you that clarity so you guys can have like a fresh new start. And I just heard gain some momentum to go forward together. And making some kind of a judgment call to break forth and do what he wants to do on his own, like not listen to anybody else. It's because he looks up to you so much. I feel like he's also judging himself for having looked up to you so much and putting you up on a pedestal so far that he couldn't get up the guts to talk to you or whatever. Now he's starting to see that he could actually have success and victory with you. So he wants to shout it from the rooftops. It's part of what's driving him to change. Wow, something shocking about you being an empress. Maybe you did something, or maybe you're about to do something that really like helps him to go, wow, if she can do that and not care what anyone thinks, maybe I can too. And I just got another little hint at a road trip or some kind of a trip. He says you're a trip too. Like whatever you do or whatever you're going to do or whatever, it trips him out. But in the same way that he's like inspired by it, saying, oh my gosh, she really doesn't care what anybody thinks. That's exactly what people will think of him doing something to follow his heart. So it just keeps in our world needs this more than anything. And that's why I'm all about true love is these true love couples, these power couples that come together are going to be inspiring the crap out of everybody. And they're going to be breaking the mold. They're going to be breaking out of that sheep mentality. And they're going to be breaking out of what, the holding us down and putting, just keeping us and holding us back. we're going to break forth peacefully and lovingly to be the inspiring examples to everybody else, and saying, follow your heart, everyone. Listen to your heart, follow your heart, listen to your intuition. It's the most important asset we have. Okay. So he's been held back by a self-imposed prison, but he's trying to get out of it. And he says, please don't worry about him. So pray that he see the truth in all things, and pray that he love himself. Those are your two most important prayers. You don't want to pray anything that goes against their will, or you're going to have, some repercussions from that. What I'm going through would burden you, and I don't want to add stress to your life. I'm protecting you from all the drama. Just please know that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so he doesn't have an answer for you quite yet, and he doesn't want to say anything that he regrets, so he's waiting for the right moment. I've just been through a death, ending, or divorce of a family member, lover, or friend, so it's possible he's just left the person. He has been discouraged by people pleasing and by feeling unworthy of you, so he's got to work on that too. So it just sounds like they have a lot going on right now, and I wouldn't have any expectation of them coming forward for the holidays. It looks like they're coming into their power in some ways, and in other ways, it's kind of like they're just really, I feel like they're really just taking a good look at where they're at. They're reassessing things, and they really do want to do what they want to do. And they know that they will eventually. It's just right now, they're kind of stuck. Well, somebody just said they're a stick in the mud too. Like they're not very fun to be around right now, I feel. And they don't want to take things out on you. So let them do what they got to do. Have patience with their process. Trust God, trust the universe to work things out in your favor, and it will. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that you are bringing in somebody who is going to be absolutely incredible for you because of the work you put in, they said. All right. You're not going to go unrewarded for the work you've been putting in on yourself. Okay. Yeah. All right. So first person, 5267. 5267 is a killer whale. Cool. Killer whale. 5267. Where did that deck go? Okay. All right. Can I get an update on how my divine masculine is feeling now? I'm 57 years old and he's 39. So you can understand why I need reassurance. I just can't help thinking, why would he want someone much older than himself? All true love has an obstacle like that to overcome. So that's first and foremost. Watch my playlist because I talk about that. There's a video called Vast Differences you need to take a look at in particular. The divine masculines have to sacrifice something egoic in order to win their true love. Whether that be materialism or, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If it has to do with the ego, usually the divine feminines have done something already, like to sacrifice their own ego. They've had some kind of an ego death in some way, or maybe a lot of them, a lot of many deaths of the ego. They've done a lot of evolving. So the masculines, a lot of times they have a different religion. They've been raised a different way, a different set of beliefs. They have, huge age differences. They're different colors. They're different sizes and shapes. And in every, there's so many different vast differences that happen between these couples, or they're located in totally different places in the world. Whatever it is, it's there on purpose, because the masculine, in order to have his treasure, has to sacrifice something egoic. So that's just what happens with true love. And I love that it's designed that way, because, he gets rewarded with his treasure. when he chooses that. Now, sometimes the divine masculines do not choose that because they don't want to give up their ego. They don't want to give up whatever that is. So, and it could be a number of different things or a combination of them. But if they decide to choose their ego and not you, their divine feminine, then they suffer. They suffer greatly. And I have talked about this for years on my channel, and I've seen it over and over and over again, and it never fails. It never fails. You're always the one that got away, and they won't ever be as successful as they would like to be, because it's like their little punishment or their consequence for choosing their ego over their ultimate divine feminine. So, not that you want to wish harm on your masculine, it's just the way that it works. It's the same thing as somebody wishing black magic on somebody. They inevitably get the black magic slapped right back in their face. And it's much more painful than what they were trying to cause the other person to go through. And it's just what happens. It's not that you're wishing ill will on the person or anything. It's just like they're trying to cheat. They're trying to cheat what is good and what is just, so that also should show you what's going to happen to these villains in our world right now. It's not going to be pretty for them. It is not going to be a good ending for them. So, yeah, but it does happen. Unfortunately, the divine masculines, man, their ego can have a really strong hold. They may really be brainwashed about certain things or whatnot. So, maybe he does have an issue with your age. Maybe he does. Maybe he's scared to death of what his family's going to say and whatnot. But, eventually, hopefully they do choose you. But if not, this is why I also talk about, I have a video called Alternate Options, or when your divine masculine throws you a curveball. I would watch either of those two videos, because it talks about how you will have your ultimate divine masculine. It just may not be that person if they choose something else. And then once they close the door and they choose to go in another direction, another masculine comes to the lineup. Another one comes in that's called like a soul flame. That's what I've called a soul flame. So it's basically there's a divine masculine. He's holding a torch for you, and he's going, and he finally just says, you know what? No, I'm choosing the ego. And then when they do that, the torch then gets passed to the next person most likely to love you naturally. So then this other guy comes running in with the torch, and then you've got that one, and you may have a whole bunch of masculines. Some of you have a whole lineup of those masculines. You were the one that got away with all of them, and they all have the chance to come back around and change their ways and choose you again. So, I mean, it's a crazy thing. This whole true love thing is absolutely crazy. So may the best man win, and if he's hung up on the age thing, and then you may be insecure too. Like, well, why would he choose me? Yeah. So everybody's got their insecurities about it, or it wouldn't be true love. So both the divine feminines and the masculines go through having to throw all that aside and say, it don't matter, because I love this person. I want to be with this person. And that's what matters. And it feels like the universe is all pointing to this person, and I'm listening to the signs and synchronicities and whatnot without getting frustrated and aggravated by the whole thing. I'm learning and I'm growing, and I'm, becoming more tolerant, and I'm becoming more unconditionally loving all the time. So it's going to happen with that person or somebody else. It is going to absolutely happen for you. But just don't give yourself a hard time. I mean, so, I talk to a lot of divine feminines who feel like they're too fat, and their person is like perfectly sculpted, and it's not going to affect, if this is your true love, they won't care. I mean, they would care what other people will say. They'll care that other people will be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing with this? Or that kind of thing. They're afraid of the judgment, stuff like that. But they love you. They love you no matter how you look. And they are just like both of you feel about each other. It's equal and balanced. It's just a matter of them being scared of egoic things, or that he'll lose his career if he chooses you, or that he'll lose his family if he chooses you, or whatever it is. Okay. Absolutely, totally, completely natural to feel that way. And if you didn't feel that way, I'd probably say it's not true love. There's always got to be something that you have to sacrifice or give up, at least for the masculines. And again, it's because the feminines have already gone through the ego death, or many of them. So they already know to choose the loving thing. They already know to, that they don't need to be right about everything, and that, not to jump to conclusions. And they know how to listen. They know a lot of these things they've already learned, or still need to learn possibly, but most of them have learned it all already. All right, so let's take a look at how he really thinks and feels about you, please. What's he really thinking, feeling about her right now, please? Wow, he's just trying to get up the courage. He wants to talk to you. In the depths of his heart, he wants to give you clarity and talk to you. He wants a fresh new beginning. He's feeling very fiery and passionate. He is in his emperor energy, so really wanting to take control of the situation. He's wanting to come out of hiding. He's feeling intuitively this is the time to have courage and come after you. He's trying to overcome hiding from you and over planning and overthinking the whole thing so that he can have this new beginning with you. Again, he's along with those masculines for the collective, like wanting to break through. This is about doing what you want to do and not caring what anybody else thinks. It's like, I got it all in me. I can make this happen. I don't need everybody else's approval. Yeah, going very quickly towards you, at you, with lots of communication and lots of things happening. So that one card was talking about how you're about to be this beacon of light and a lot of wonderful things are going to happen for you. It could be with this masculine. He misses you like crazy. That's obvious. He thinks about you all the time and about going to the next level with you and being really happy and fulfilled with you. So, I mean, he definitely looks like a true love to me, and he wants communication, bravery, to tell secrets. What's he trying to overcome? The secrets? Holding back because he feels like a child. He feels immature. See, just like you feel insecure about being old, he feels insecure about being too young, too immature, too childish, too childlike. But it's really funny how spirit works, because I've always been like a cougar. That's the label they put on it. I didn't create, well, I mean, I mean, I do like big cats, but it's like, I've always been that way. But then I saw in one of my astrological charts or something, something about your personality or something. It had to do with the dates and whatnot. I don't remember what it was, but it actually said you attract younger men because you have such a childlike heart. And I totally am just a big kid. I don't even see myself as being older at all. Like, all I do is giggle and laugh and scare my cats and, have fun and just laugh a lot. I mean, I'm just a big kid. So of course it's perfect. If I were with some fuddy dud guy who was just sitting around waiting to die or something, I'd go crazy. I'd be like, you are so no fun. I gotta have fun, healthy kind of fun, just really fun, innocent kind of fun, not, anyway. So that's what happens with true love. I mean, when I read that, I was like, well, of course, there's no judgment in it. There's no judgment in it. I was made this way. Okay. Because some people will look at these labels and be like, well, why do you always go for the younger guys or whatever? And it's just like, I don't know. It's the way I was created. It's the way I've always been. I've been with guys that were around my age or maybe even a little bit older, and they went great, went fine, whatever. They also were lots of fun, so I was cool with it. But, we're made this way. You guys were made that way. You guys perfectly complement each other if you're true love. And obviously you are. So both of you just have to get over it. Get over the labels. Get over the insecurities about it. Yeah, you'll get older faster than him. Who gives a crap? If he can handle it, you can handle it, and vice versa. And he's not going to be this, that, and the other thing. And, it's like, who cares? All that matters is that your hearts feel the same way about each other. That's all that matters. And when you meet these couples with these huge differences, they honestly don't care. You got to deal with something in every relationship. Even if you're the exact same age, somebody's more immature and it'll drive you crazy. You know what I mean? Or maybe, I mean, look at Notting Hill. Like this beautiful couple, they were so madly in love, and she ends up in a wheelchair and falls down the stairs, and she's in a wheelchair the rest of her life or whatever. You don't know. You're not safe going out with somebody who's your age or like within a year. I always laugh when I hear people say that in movies and stuff. Oh, he's over 3 years. It's like, are you kidding me right now? It's so funny. You're not gonna, there's no such thing as, oh, this safe little zone. Oh, if they're in my industry or if they're in my religion or if they're, no, no, no. There's no such thing as a safe little parameter in which that you date within. It's impossible because you can have the same person in your religion who believes the exact same thing you do, but they see God totally differently, or they say they don't live by the same rules. They go lying and cheating and doing whatever they want to because they see God a totally different way than you do. Happens all the time. So being the same age, you could blimp out and become 300 something pounds overnight too. It doesn't mean, nothing means anything but the love in your heart. And if anyone wants to judge it, who cares? They don't have to be a part of your life. You know what I mean? You only want people in your life who support you for who you are anyway. This man loves you. This man loves you. He wants to be with you. He feels passion towards you. You've got a bunch of wands there, a lot of wands. Dude, look at all the wands. This man is not saying she's an old lady that I'm not attracted to. Dude, this guy has all these wands for you, and wands are whats. And look at how many whats he has for you. Oh, that's a lot of whats. This is 8. This is 9. That would be 10. That would be like 18, 19. 19 wands for you. What does that equal? 10 wands. 10 is like the ultimate. 10 is like everything coming around full circle and ending finally, like the burden being over. He's burdened by his passion for you. He does not care about your age. And your reassurance needs to come from the peace in your heart and the peace of the present moment. You know what I mean? Because the only suffering we ever have is caused by our own thinking. So for those of you watching this or listening to this right now, and you have a vast difference with your partner, it's time to bury it. Whatever it is, it's time for that to be over. It doesn't matter. The same differences would still be there even without those differences. Like I said, same religion, you just don't. One of you abides by all the policies and others don't. Then you have psychopaths that go to church just to take advantage of and pray for, pray, you know what I mean? Prey, prey on innocent people going to church, living a real, righteous life or whatever. So there are no guarantees out there. There's nothing that's going to make you safe. No. The only thing that's going to make you safe is listening to and following your heart and what you're guided to do intuitively. That is your very safest route. And it is going to look like a challenge, and it is going to look really scary, and it is going to cause you, it's going to make you, it's going to call you to have faith. Otherwise, it's you get rewarded for your faith. That's how life works. It's always going to be scary. Your best path is always going to challenge you and always going to make you look scared and, feel scared. That's just how it is. They're not going to say, why do you think the devil always looks so perfect? The devil looks incredibly tempting and amazing. Why do you think we got addicted to food? Because the devil made it really tasty, really yummy, and anyway. This is why I also put out that video. If you want to go look at that one, that I feel like the key to this whole thing that's going on in our world right now has everything to do with overcoming temptation in every way, shape, and form, because that's the devil's playground. Let's make this appealing. Let's make that appealing. Let's make this exciting. Let's make them absolutely have to have this or that or whatever. But if we become masters of ourselves and we don't give a crap what anybody else thinks, we just follow our hearts and listen to our intuitions, we will have exactly what it is that we want, and it'll be in a healthy way, in an empowering way. So I'm going to go to the next reading, but I have to go to the bathroom real quick. So hang on just a minute. Okay. So what happened? No. So that now we're going to go on to like I think that's a squid. That looks like a squid, right? I think so. Okay. So now we're at 5268. 5268. Hi, Amy. My twin flame blank called me out of the blue. I'm on vacation and in vast time zone differences, so I missed the call. He did not leave a message, but I was shocked to see that I missed his call. We haven't spoken in years, and last time we did actually speak, there were harsh words, and I never thought we would talk again. That doesn't happen in true love, just so you guys know. There is no we never talk again, or we'll never talk again. There is no end to true love. It doesn't, no. So we haven't spoken in years. Yeah. So can you tap into why he would call and not leave a message? So I'm going to do a spread for him and see what shows up in the spread. Scared, really scared, like that you wouldn't forgive him. He was afraid that he would leave a voicemail and he would slip up and say something wrong in there that he would always regret. Like he didn't like that it would be recorded, and that that there could be something in there that you misconstrued, and like you ruined his chances forever, is what I feel. And yeah, I don't like leaving voicemails either for that same reason, unless it's like in Telegram and you can delete it afterwards, Okay, so, or it's not important, but obviously that's how important you are to him, that he was like, nope. What's he really thinking and feeling about her right now? But he wants to talk to you. He still wants to talk to you. He's interesting. I think he thinks that he has some kind of an opportunity right now. I don't know why. Well, he's got tons of regret for being so insecure about your connection. And he really just wants to get unstuck. And he wants to ask you out, basically, is what it looks like. It looks like he wants to apologize, and maybe for a third party if he started going out with somebody else. But he wants to celebrate somehow making you some kind of an offer. So maybe he might even extend ask you out on a date where you guys will be celebrating being able to talk again. He definitely got some clarity that you are his true love, at least in his mind. He believes he is. And he sees this as an opportunity for him to kind of like step it up as a man and be more, show himself as being more confident, less conflicted, more sure of himself, and more mature. He's afraid that you might be dating somebody else, and if you're not, he really wants to nab you up before you are. He feels you guys could have a bright future together if you guys could just have this communication and heal things. And if he can come out of his insecurities and wanting to hide, he wants to bring his light out and expose it to the world. He wants to break past his fears and insecurities and maybe even surprise you. He may have lied to you in the past, and he knows he has to explain that now. He doesn't want a bunch of drama. So he might have to tell you a truth that's going to make you, he thinks could make you overreact. So I can see why he wouldn't leave a message about that, because he wants to hear your reaction and actually respond to your reaction. I do feel he's going to try to call again. It may be too late. I don't know how much time has gone by, but it might, you could always say something to him about it. I saw I missed your call. Sorry, I was busy. Would love to get caught up. Something like that. Just kind of open the door. Is he going to call despite whether she does that or not? I feel yeah, he wants to make amends. Something about, I don't know, so there's an insecurity with a child in this. Maybe he worried that he got somebody pregnant and it would have been his child, but then maybe he found out that it wasn't his child, so now he feels better about it. Something like that. But there's some kind of an insecurity about a child or children or something. He wants to do what he wants to do and he's unstoppable. He wants his victory and he wants to work with you or collaborate with you or something. And I feel like he may even want to, like, if you were the one that did all the work before in the relationship, or like if one of you was lazy and the other one just like took advantage, it's like he wants those roles to reverse now. He wants to be the one who's doing all the work, or that, gives you proper credit, or something to that effect. He basically just wants to make right by you. I feel like since whatever's happened with you guys has happened, it's put a dark cloud over his whole life. He just feels so bad that yeah. What is that? He's trying to have faith that you're not with somebody. He really, really hopes that you're not. I'm making plans for us behind the scenes I don't want you to know about yet. I'm setting us up for a bright, stable future and want to impress you when we talk. Some things that you've said have me reeling. I appreciated it, even if I acted defensive. I have some reflecting to do, but I'm not going anywhere. And I know this will make us stronger. So I feel like since that happened in the past, that it did make him stronger to reflect on that. He went through, some of his insecurities came from his friends saying stuff about you. So I think that he's been overcoming that as well. Yeah, I'm about to reach out, but I'm so nervous. I can't hardly stand it. I have so much to explain and apologize for. Please give me a moment to get ready so I don't mess it up. He's got a fear of really saying the wrong thing again and causing even more damage. You are seriously, literally the answer to my prayers, my dream girl. Say you'll say yes if I do, if I ask, because I'm so nervous because I'm planning to propose or elope. He's healing some childhood trauma before he feels comfortable starting a relationship with you. And I felt stomach pain. If you've been feeling stomach pain, it might be because he's feeling stomach pain. So everybody's feeling stomach pain right now. But it's because of those childhood traumas that he's now finally facing. So I feel like it's a good thing. So just let it move through your system and let it purge. Like I just heard in one ear and out the other. So it's kind of like learning to just slough stuff off. And just being like, oh, there's stomach pain. I'm not going to make a thing about it. So yeah, he still wants to be with you. He definitely still wants to. Oh, I just felt like drawing one of these cards. The hidden oracle truth. The hidden truth of oracle. Sorry. Right. Let's see what they have to say. You speak to me through music. We both know. Oh, wow. We both know I'm not the one for you. That's interesting. We both know we're not the one for each other. But he just said he's planning to elope. So let me get some clarification here. Oh, that's the lie. That's the lie he must have told you back when you guys were talking and it got really heated and you wouldn't talk again. Finding out the truth crushed me. Remember, he had clarity that you are his true love. Oh my gosh. I wish I could take my words back. Holy crap. Wow. That gives me chills. Whoa. Wow, that must have been, wow, quite a ride. Holy cow. All right. Okay. We're going to go on to the next. Okay, so now we have an octopus. 5272. Hi, Amy. When I was a young girl, late one night, my two sisters and I saw a UFO outside of our bedroom window. It was hovering above the ground just outside of our window. It made a sound. It was a saucer shape, had lights, and I remember windows going all around it. It hovered for a while, and then it went up and over my house. My question is, who was that? And did anything happen that we didn't remember or that we don't remember? How interesting is that? Okay. Is there anything that they're not remembering? No. Who was it? I just got Pleiadians. Family. They just said family. Star family. Reassurance. Reassurance that you're not from there. It feels like there was conflict between you guys and your parents possibly at that time, and they were letting you know, like, we are your actual family, not them. And you're not going to feel like you fit in because you don't, because you're one of us. So it's almost like we're your real parents, they're your foster parents, something to that effect, like letting you know that you belong to something bigger than that, and that you're destined for bigger things, even than your parents. And it's kind of like they were trying to be your guiding light, like this way, look into mystical things, look into unexplainable things, look into things that are rare and different, and just like open your mind to the possibility of all kinds of things. I actually just saw a being come to the window and like put their hand to the window, wanting you to kind of put your hand to the window too, like, and just feel each other. I don't know if you've had dreams since then of you guys actually doing that type of thing, but it feels endearing. It feels like I love you. Like it was somebody's way of saying I love you and connecting with you that way. Hannah, I just saw I just saw the word mother, and then I saw a being, a Pleiadian, like holding a baby, just reassuring the baby. I'm not taking I guess one thing that you guys didn't notice or didn't know about it, but it's not that you didn't remember it because you guys wouldn't have known, but I feel like you guys were given some sort of I don't know, it's like a robot dog, at least energetically, that's what it looks like, but they gave you some kind of a pet, and the pet was looking out for you somehow, was protecting you, still is, it's still with you, all of them. Yes, it looks out for all of you. So I don't know what that means, but I don't know if an actual animal came into your life around that time or soon after or something. Um, yeah, something was left there with you guys looking out for you that feels like a pet, at least in the energetic realm. Did it? How could it watch all three? Yeah, protection. I see it like extending its arms or its legs out to your other sisters as well. I even saw like an accident prevented or something, like a leg going like this and stopping the accident. So you guys are very protected. Stories. One of you, maybe one of your other sisters or somebody, there's somebody that has written stories or like is being given like downloaded stories to share. And they said it's not that sister's imagination, like the ideas were given to your sister for that. I don't think it's you for some reason. Maybe it is, but it just feels like whoever the sister is, they've been divinely given those ideas, and they're actually like, are they true stories? They're true stories, or at least the ideas and the theories behind them or something. Anything else you want them to know? All right, let's pull some spirit. These are my spirit oracle cards. Love yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. Your opinion is the only one that matters. Be true to you and be proud of yourself. We dare you to ask us to show you just how much you are loved. Whoa. Shortcuts never pay off at the end of the day. Make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off into a peaceful slumber. Don't be afraid to rely on others to aid you in a time of need. Accept a gift or take a compliment. People feel good when they give. Let them do it. In doing so, you encourage all humanity to care. Pray as if you've already received what you're asking for and it's yours. Now, remember, some of this that I'm reading off right now might be what they were trying to tell you at that moment, too. It is what you think and say it is. So be aware of what you're affirming because you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Use an affirmation to replace this energy with. Woo. You're on the right path to making your dreams come true. And they're seeing to it, they just said. And they are seeing to it. They will not fail you, they just said. They made you some kind of a promise, all three of you, and they're not going to fail you. One of you might remember what that promise is, but they don't want me to say it. Okay. Okay, 5281 is a hermit crab. 5281. Hello, Amy. My divine masculine was super talkative for 3 to 4 months, trying to rekindle and claim me as he is separating from his karmic. But the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's become pretty quiet. Last we spoke was over 10 days ago. He seemed happy and excited to talk to me, even FaceTimed for over an hour, but quiet ever since. I've held back from reaching out as I felt like he needed some space for whatever reason. Plus, I want him to come back to me. Him to come back to me. I'm just wanting a quick relationship spread to see where he's at with me and our connection at this moment. Thanks a million. I appreciate you. I love you. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on here. I'm ashamed not to you, Kane. So what's he thinking and feeling about her right now? Why is he withdrawn? Very strange. Getting ready. I just felt like he was getting ready. He's got some mental conflict going on, but he's trying to do the mature thing. He doesn't quite feel he doesn't quite feel worthy. So he's suffering from some self-esteem issues. But I also, he's regretting the mental conflict. Something caused a mental conflict. Let me put out the rest of these cards here. I feel something about having to do with, like, what was it? What was it? Afraid something was going to rock the boat. Now he's like, well, bring the rocking of the boat on, because I'm not going to be afraid of it anymore. He loves you and he wants to go away from the negativity that he brought on himself, he just said, by his own worrying, by his own, his own suffering. He wants to take action out of integrity. He's just trying to get up the courage to do what he wants to do and do the grounded, mature thing. He misses you like crazy, and he doesn't want any drama. He doesn't want any drama or insecurities to get in the way of you guys having success and victory. So he's planning a surprise, or planning on, like, I just heard popping out at you. Like, he wants to heal this by sharing his feelings with you. What else is causing him this conflict? Well, let's look at those cards. All right, so what was it? What was it? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Oh, that was causing some conflict. I bury myself in work to try to forget you. I don't think it's trying to forget you. I think it's more that he's, just trying to get out of his own head, running from his own head. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. It was my fault, but I blamed you. So whatever it is, it's got nothing to do with you. And he realizes that now. I will wait for a sign from you. I regret lying to you. Okay. So is he waiting for a sign from her? What's this that she's still open after pulling away like that? Of course she's still open, goofball. Okay, so would you lie to her about? Ah, okay. I think you might have said some truths about him, like he wasn't done with the Kermit yet. And he tried to like lie to you and tell you, oh, there's no conflict there, there's no problem there. And there actually was. She was trying to keep him. She's creating a bunch of drama and problems that he was trying not to tell you. Like he wanted to act like he was more on top of it than he was. I guess is what it feels like. Um, so now he's kind of regrouping so that he can come forward and tell you the whole truth, to tell you just how difficult it has been, and that he still wants to overcome it though, and he still wants to be with you. That all that was true, but the truth of the matter, she's wanted to hold it together. She hasn't wanted to leave necessarily. So he wants to do what he wants to do now though, and he really feels like the right thing is to follow through on what he told you he wanted to do, which is what he's going to do. And what else? I'm finally starting to love myself enough to be open to you loving me. I'm on shaky legs yet, but I'm headed in the right direction. So I'm working on a plan to surprise you. I don't want you to see it coming. I want to call or visit so badly, but I have so much to do right now before I feel like I can give you the time and attention you deserve. So it just feels like he has got to figure some things out right now. He wants to make love to you. Please tell me you'll treat me like an adult and not a child. It's like I feel like he doesn't want to hear I told you so when he finally tells you what he's got to tell you about what he just went through and how he wasn't giving you a proper full picture, the big picture of everything. He wasn't told. It's like he didn't outright lie, but he definitely avoided telling you the whole truth. So, and now I feel like it's time that he knows that he needs to get up the courage to actually tell you the full picture so you understand why at times he wasn't giving to you like he would have liked to, or why he held back giving to you right now for this time. I don't think it's going to be too long before he reaches out to you again. He did not lie to you about wanting to be with you. He wants to make that really clear. Like he still wants to be with you. He just has a lot of explaining to do. And he needs to get her out of the house or whatever. He needs to like clean up house or something. I just feel like he just needs to tidy up that whole situation, clean it up and get properly ready for you. Part of it was he wanted to beat out any competition. So he was going to say what he had to say to win. So now he's got to kind of backpedal and be like, oops. I probably should have told her the whole thing that was going on. But yeah, it looks like he wants to though. So that's cool. Okay. All right. 5282 is a Seahorse. Okay. Hi, a true love check-in with my divine masculine, please. All right. All right. What's he thinking and feeling about her, please? What's he thinking and feeling about her? What's he thinking and feeling about her? Sweet, please. What's he thinking and feeling about her? I feel like some kind of you guys cuddled under blankets watching a movie or something. I feel like he's really wanting to do that again. If you guys have done that, if you haven't done that, then he does want to do that. Like wants to hang out, eat popcorn, watch movies, something like that. He's trying not to worry about something. Maybe the way you're viewing him. Maybe you see him as immature. And she'd be right. He just said he thinks about you all the time. He wants to fight for you. He might be feeling like he owes you an apology to like reassure you of something. Doesn't want to have kids or something. Does he want to have kids? Maybe he may not want, he may have told you he wants kids and he doesn't want kids or something, or maybe he's changed his mind or is thinking differently about having kids. Yeah, very insecure. I feel like he's insecure about being a dad. I think maybe that was the reason that he's told you some of the things that he said to you, is like trying to avoid that lifestyle of being a father and being like having the family pressure on him. Doesn't feel worthy, feels like you would make an incredible mom, but he wouldn't make such a great dad. So maybe if he has this lifestyle over here, then maybe he can avoid the disappointment of what a terrible dad he would be or something like that. It's interesting. But he wants to heal it because he does love you very much. And he really wants to show you just how much he does love you. He feels very, very passionate about you, wants to go to the next level. He's even thinking marriage. He wants to transform being such an insecure child. He really doesn't want to behave that way anymore. He has a lot of regret over that spilled milk. Yeah, saying harsh, stupid things like a child would. So I hope I haven't lost her being an idiot. He's beating himself up. I hope I haven't lost her being an idiot. Okay, let me look at these. I bury myself in work to forget you. Well, it's not to forget you, it's to forget what's happened between you and what an idiot he is. He keeps saying that. I will wait for a sign from you that you're open. He just said that you're open. He wants to know that you're still open. I know I messed everything up. So he's putting it on himself. And it is on him. I have to put my career first right now. And though you probably think I'm putting this before you, I feel it's actually me letting you be comfortable while I build something stable for us. So he's totally focused on his work right now, trying to put this out of his head. I don't trust this connection right now because of what my friends are saying. They're making me feel skeptical. But it does look in the future like he doesn't care what his friends say. He's going to tell you how he feels no matter what. I'm open to or planning on relocating to be closer to you, or open to compromising more than you might think. He's not as set in his ways as he was making himself out to be. I'm afraid to let you down once you get to know me. See, I don't want to disappoint you, so I'm avoiding you. I have to overcome this and see myself as you see me before being ready. So he's got to see himself as father material, is what it sounds like. I wish you knew just how special you are to me. It kills me not to be able to tell you. You amaze me with your compassion and kindness through this time apart. I promise I'll make this up to you. Okay. I feel drawn to this one. Yeah, I know I messed everything up. And he can't live with himself until he makes this situation right. So he will. And he wants to marry you to make up for it and apologize to you. So, okay. Well, that's awesome. I don't know what else we could say to that. That's awesome. Okay. He knows he's wrong. He's got to make it right. For now, he's focusing on his career to get through it. But then once he gets himself ready for the apology, he's going to be making it. And it sounds like it's going to be a really big, big apology to make up for everything. So, all right. Okay. So now we have like a yellowfin. Maybe it's a yellowfin fish or just a yellowfish somehow. You're a yellowfish. Okay. 5283. This is such a great question. When I read this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so perfect. I love it. All right. What would my true love ask you about me if he were to submit an Ask Amy Q&A question? Does she still think of me? Duh. Let's see. Does she still think about him? Does she still think about him? Well, I would say yes, absolutely, all the time. As much as you think about her, she's thinking about you. He's like, oh, I feel so bad. Says I feel so bad the way I left things. The way I left things. And I know I'm making a childish decision staying in this toxic situation. So what does she think of you? She wants to communicate with you. She knows you're her true love. I'm talking to your masculine right now. We're pretending we're doing a reading for him. She wants to have reciprocation, equal give and take between the two of you. She looks up to you and puts you up on a pedestal, thinks you're amazing, that you're independently, can take care of yourself in every way, shape, and form. She's also taking care of herself. She's trying to stand on her own 2 feet and do what she wants to do, even if people around her are saying, like, I don't know. It's like she's like, she's feeling bad though about something. She's feeling bad about something. Maybe she feels bad that she feels like you sometimes put her up on a pedestal, and she's like, well, if only you knew just how down to earth I really am. Like, but she is feeling conflicted about you not talking to her. I feel like she also wants to maybe talk to you about like your karmic, you know. She wants to find out if she can even make it past that. Like can we get past your karmic and be together? Can you give me some clarity? Can you work with me here? Can you collaborate with me here? Like maybe we could even work together on some kind of a passion project that we both feel, would like to see happen in this world even. She might be thinking of taking a road trip with you, spending some time with you. You guys giving back to each other and spending some good quality time together. Balancing things out, going forward very quickly into something. Making up for lost time I just got. So she may have to break away from something that she feels is kind of holding her back and just throw caution to the wind and just do what she wants to do. Have a new passionate start with you. She really thinks you guys can be very happy and fulfilled together, and that you guys could even bond with children or have a child, or maybe in some ways she feels like, I don't know if you're younger than her or something like that, but maybe she feels like she could be just as fun and full of life as you, and she really wants to have that opportunity to kind of play with you. And she really wants to hold on to you in hopes that you're going to break up with someone. And she might be also really assessing love in her life right now, whether she should be even holding back from new potential things. Or I feel like she's got a better gauge than ever of who's right for her and who's wrong for her. Like she's getting in everything, it feels like everything keeps leading back to you, coming around full circle, that this is what needs healing and that this is the new chapter for her. She's looking for some kind of an opportunity to no longer delay things. And in the meantime, she is in her power as the Empress. So to answer your question, yes, she does still think of you all the time. She really wants to be with you. And she thinks that you guys have a bright future doing something really exciting together, really, really awesome. Okay, so what is a hidden truth that she would share with you? Oh, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah. Yeah, really hard. In fact, she really hasn't. She's never really let that go. You came closer than anyone. Or maybe if she is letting you go finally because she's like got to entertain other options because you're not coming around, then, she's like, damn, that was really, well, she feels like she missed something up pretty bad with you. Maybe she didn't say something she meant to say, or maybe she felt like she could have clarified something better, or maybe she felt like there was a missed opportunity maybe in there somewhere, like in the movies in that part that I was talking about, where it's like, would you just say the one thing? You mean you didn't talk about that? I'm starting to understand our connection even better. Like, I feel like she's really looking at it from a more spiritual standpoint, like really starting to see that the meaning of things, like why it all had to happen just the way that it did and why it's kind of perfect just the way that it is. What else? She's really sick or somebody close to her is, and she doesn't want to burden you with the situation. So she's just taking care of it for right now. Is that him saying this or is it her saying this? I feel like both of you have somewhat of some things that you're dealing with in life that you don't necessarily want to burden the other with. What he's saying is, I've been living a double life and need to make some major changes to live a more authentic life. By the time we talk next, I plan to be in a much better situation you can be proud of. So right now, he's not very proud of himself. Both of you are wanting to send each other messages socially on your social media to each other. I'm thinking of you right now, and it's putting a smile on my face. I get so angry or jealous I can't see straight. I feel that's also both of you guys not wanting each other to get away. My love, I have unwavering faith in us. In fact, I've never believed in anything quite like I believe in us. And you guys want to do some adult activities together. Okay, I've been lying to you or hiding to you out of fear or to save face. That's got to be him. So, but he'll make it right. He's living a double life. So obviously you're still in his life, or there wouldn't be a double life, right? There would just be the life with the karmic. So that's what he would ask, is if you still think of him, and pretty much he's wondering if you guys even still have a chance and if you would have him back. And he's feeling like he's like thinking of making a U-turn because he took a wrong turn somewhere in there and his life has not been the same since. Kind of goes back to that theory I talked about in the beginning of this video about how, when the masculines choose their ego over true love, it slaps them big time in the face and they end up going through massive suffering as a result. I mean, their life goes down the tubes, basically. Until they start to love themselves properly and they make an about turn and go after their feminines. So he might just be making some kind of a turnaround sometime soon. And I did just hear from another feminine recently that her masculine, like he went and married somebody else and everybody was giving her a hard time about it. They're like, you better just give up on him now. You better just give up. And she was just like, no, you don't understand how much we love each other. And sure enough, and I told her too, this isn't going to stick. And sure enough, he's left her. And just after marrying her, they were only married like maybe 3-4 months or something like that. So, all right. And the next one is 5284, 5284, and it's a turtle. A little turtle. Okay. All right. Hi, Amy. For a few days now, I keep getting thoughts of painting rocks. So I wanted to ask and see what this is about. Backstory about rocks. I was in a store shopping and came across these rock painting kits and felt excited and ready to paint. Shortly after placing the boxes in my cart, a song called Intentions starts to play, and I felt so good and excited to the point of dancing and singing in the store. That's awesome. My thoughts were that God wants me to paint these rocks and place intentions on them somehow. I love you, Amy. All right. So, why didn't you do it? Is my question. I'm the one with the question this time. Why didn't you do it? They were even in your cart. Like, what made you put them back? Maybe a better question. What made you take the rock kit out of your cart and put it back and not follow through with that? That is exactly what you need to do when you get those kinds of promptings, is you need to act on it immediately, just like you did. You put it in your cart, you take it home, you take the kit apart at home and you do it. And even if your destiny has nothing to do with painting rocks, somehow painting those rocks, when you follow those promptings, no matter how it doesn't seem unrelated, or it seems completely unrelated from where you're ultimately trying to get or what you're trying to achieve, you still do it because there's something in painting those rocks that are prepping you for your ultimate destiny. So you've got to follow your bliss. Follow that which brings you joy, no matter how stupid it seems. Like, take any invitation that makes you happy or giddy or excited or optimistic, or you anticipate cool things will happen, or taking a little road trip to go meet a friend, whatever it is, no matter how little it is, it's going to when you follow those promptings, it's going to bring you faster to your ultimate happiness. It's going to bring you faster into fulfilling the life of your dreams and living the life of your dreams. So always, always, always follow those promptings. The masculines learn that the hard way, over a long period of time of ignoring that, until finally they figure out that the ticket is to immediately act on it. And I mean immediately. I should call her. Boom, boom. Hello? I feel like an idiot and I don't know what to say, but hi. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this here. Definitely something you're being inspired to do for sure. Still, I feel like your kids are going to get into it too. I feel like even that the kids will start to they will develop their intuition using the rocks, because they'll talk to the rocks. I remember back when I wasn't doing what I do now, obviously. Somebody was trying to get me to talk to rocks. And so I took some river rocks home and I put them on the side of my bathtub and lit some candles. And somebody said, try talking to rocks. I was like, how do you talk to inanimate objects? Obviously, rocks can't talk. But they said everything has consciousness. Just try. And I was like, well, even if God talks through the rocks and it's not really the rocks talking, I mean, I could get that, So I tried to wrap my head around it as best I could. And oh man, if you could have a pad of paper in the bathtub, they were the most incredible messages. I still have yet to have such incredible messages come through for me. It was like obviously a time of activation. It was incredible. Now, I wasn't painting the rocks, but that doesn't matter. Every single rock I picked up, there were like 7 of them, I think. Every one I picked up and I said, do you have a message for me? And every single message, it either put tingling all over my body, or some kind of really incredible experience happened, or chills, or like an incredible story behind it, what it represented, why it wanted me to know that, what was going on. Like I don't know how long that lasted, but it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. And like I said, I mean, I've tried to replicate it. I've tried to get more rocks and try to do the same kind of thing, and it's just never been the same as that initial time. So, I feel like there is just something about cultivating the children's intuition and their own connection to God, and opening their minds to talking to nature, talking to trees, talking to bushes, things like that. I feel like you guys going on some kind of a little, like, walking around in nature and being like, what do you think that if that plant were to say something to you, what do you think that plant would be telling you right now? What do you think that plant would be telling you about your dad or your brother or your sister? Or, like asking the kids to connect with nature and give them answers to things, and give them insights. And, if that plant had a brother or sister, how do you think they would treat their brother or sister? Like stuff that just gets them to think outside the box and connect with the different, essentially elementals and consciousness of the plants, right? So I feel like there's a whole big package to it. I feel like it's going to start to unravel something pretty big for all of you. And I feel like it's something that you've done before. For some odd reason, I'm seeing like even an African village in a past life that you used to paint these rocks and give hope to the people who lived there in the town village. Um, you also there was a beach and I just got the name Burgundy, but I think it was like it looks like it was maybe Australia. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I got both. So, or maybe it is both, or maybe it was one and you brought them to another. But what I'm seeing is like every rock painted a different color in the whole beach is like this colorful, this whole rainbow colored rocks in just that little area that you impacted. And I see all these people taking pictures in front of those rocks that you had done. So you have you have a whole history, a whole past life history of having worked with rocks quite a bit. And they bring you a lot of joy. And I feel like they're going to do the same for the kids as well. Follow the divinely inspired idea I just got. And don't be a perfectionist about it. Get googly eyes, get different, try, just be experimental with it. Put hair on some of them and don't on others. Put a cape on it. Put, an actual face on it or draw a face on it. Or like use tons of different types of materials. Ask the fairies what kind of rocks they want to see. Maybe there's a non-toxic material, or recyclable something, or something that washes away, or maybe chalk, or maybe, but is there a message with it, a message of hope? I feel like you're even going to be giving them out to people as a message of hope. Like you're going to make them for people. And the kids are going to learn a lot about giving and loving other people, loving complete strangers, doing a loving thing for strangers, and how love is always there between, consciousness of everything. You could give a rock to a dog and the dog would be so happy, especially if your heart is connected to giving it. So, I feel like you guys might even be giving them as Christmas presents to strangers. Instead of Christmas caroling, you might go to the door and say, well, we made these for you. We're your neighbors and we made these for you. Don't feel like you have to keep them or anything, but they've given us a lot of joy, and we feel like they represent hope and a bright future. So we hope that it brings you that at least. If not, then maybe you can pass it on to somebody that could use it, Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. And I can't wait to hear what you do with it, because it's going to be so neat. And try to talk to the rocks. All of you try to talk to the rocks. You'll be amazed. Anything else? Let me pull some spirit cards. Laugh at it all. Humor is the best medicine and your greatest weapon against negativity. So maybe that's part of the purpose too, is you're going to make them funny. Maybe they'll be really goofy, silly, and funny, and they're going to fight against negativity. They're going to keep people from taking themselves too seriously through these times. What would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? Do that. Love yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. Your opinion is the only one that matters. Be true to you and be proud of yourself and the difference you're going to make, they just said. Don't take any of it too seriously. Just laugh it off and trust a solution will present itself at the perfect time in the perfect way. So just trust that whatever you're doing, if you're doing it in a spirit of humor and silliness and joy, then everything will work out somehow in the end. And that there will be that divine purpose, fulfilled in the end. If you don't like a situation, practice observing you in the experience rather than being in it yourself. Step outside of yourself and look from a more detached perspective. So if you feel like you're embarrassed about it or something like that, maybe see it from a higher perspective. Maybe see that you're actually just fulfilling a wish for God, that you're doing God's will to put a smile or laughter on somebody's face. And so it's worth it getting past yourself, something like that, you know? Okay. Whoa. All right. All right. So everybody relax, drop your shoulders. We're going to do a general blissing, and we're also going to cover true love from that first initial spread, whatever the divine masculines and the feminines need at this time. Help them to have some kind of communication or something that gives them a gleam, a little glimpse of hope, a little personal touch, a little wink from the universe for these couples that will hopefully be coming into union and will be able to come together at some point and get on the same page and start you don't necessarily have to come together in a relationship, but if you guys can get on the same page and share everything that you can with one another and kind of help mend it or heal it or come to some kind of conclusion, then it can really bring a lot of peace to you for the holidays. And that's what I hope and wish for all of you watching this who have a true love. Okay. For truths to come out. Ma shashinta taisan sehela pomahana ana ai. Ha po homa ashishinke la san sehela shikinta taisan se pe huma ona an. Okay, also the general blessing, just to make sure that if you had something else you wanted to focus on, that you get that opportunity as well. Pam pamana she inka inta taisa, halaha inta tinke inte impum puma amaan. Shishahela hansan say tina tata ocean. Hapamama. If you're praying for somebody's health, they're definitely going to get better, it feels like. And they're going to make a great recovery, and both of you are going to be laughing. Having it put it past you, relieved and laughing. Chishena hapo homa anatain. Atatansan se she ilaheke entum pumuma ona an. Oh, also, I just wanted to thank those of you daily boosters who are also sending love back to me. Thank you so much. I've been feeling it. So I really appreciate you so much. So I guess that's it for this week. If you want for me to answer a question for you for next week or whenever, you can take a look at the calendar in my services tab. Go to Ask Amy Q&A and read all about it there. And I will see you guys next time. All right.